What is going on, everyone? Thank you guys for tuning in with Under the Lights with the McKnights. We are your co-host Lonnie, and this is Kendrick. Kendrick, man, we came out with the W last night or yesterday, man. How you feeling? How you feeling?
Amazing, man. Proper, and there's no probably. This is our best game all season. Um, Definitely came out of it with a lot of momentum and just a confidence booster, especially like I said in our other episode, as far as like towards the end of the stretch of the season, we definitely need some type of boost if we want to get in the wild card. And beating the Falcons, sweeping the Falcons this season, it felt so sweet, man. So I'm good. I'm feeling good. Our next game is prime time next Monday, and man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. The fact that like you said, just firing on all cylinders. And Bryce once again putting the team on his back, like it is such a great thing to see. Like this is a confidence booster for him, the team, the coaches, the fan base. Like it, this game was the game like he needed. I know last week we talked about him and like is he really the guy? Like, do we have an identity? And with a game like this, I mean, oh god, it's really hard to like these are the reasons why we drafted him number one. Um, just a phenomenal day. And it's so crazy because I guess like watching the game, like first of all, congratulations to Bryce on being now the franchise holder for most passing yards in a game. 448 yards. That's a lot. But when watching the game, it did not feel like that. To me, it felt like a cool like 350, 350. And then of course, like, Tommy Trimble broke that run uh before a big game, about 54 yards. Um Man, phenomenal. And with the defense, with the Falcons defense being the number one passing team, passing defense, for us to set a franchise record. I mean, you know, is it time to say that Bryce Young owns the Falcons?
Absolutely, I think we're there. You know,
Yeah.
in each game we had 30 points, which is crazy to say. Um, yeah, we were just clicking on all cylinders. A much needed win and game for us, and but also kudos to Atlanta because they really the first part of that game I thought we were done. Drake London was just going crazy. Bijan Robinson was just hitting everything with us. Um, I think both of his two touchdowns went early with us for us, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, and so yeah, he was just doing what he does, and so it definitely scared me. Um, going into halftime, but man, just doing what Carolina does. I don't know what's done or said at halftime, but we always tend to fight back in the second half. So, and in this one, led us to a win, man. Um, I love both of T Mac's touchdowns. Legette's touchdown was amazing too. But man, I was so hyped with that Tremo run. Like, oh my god, that was amazing to see, and really got me like hyped. And obviously Fitzgerald capitalized with the game winning field goal. But man, overall great team win, and like we said, just a confidence booster heading into week 12.
Yeah. So I'm gonna spin the block back a little bit on Fitzgerald. This man has this is probably the most game winning kicks that I've probably seen like a kicker do in one season. And he's a rookie. So the first one, Cowboys. All right. I think the Dolphins. I don't remember how the ending of the Dolphins went.
Mhm.
I, I don't remember. Um, Man, that's gonna bother me.
Packers.
Yes, Packers. So
Mhm.
that's two right there for sure. Um, and then Falcons. Like that's already three, and we're only 11 games in. And it's nice to see that we have a kicker who is dependable,
Yeah.
um, and who is clutch. Uh, because if this was Eddie Pinero, he costed us a lot of games, I'm being honest. And
Yeah.
I even watched the 49ers and Cardinals game. He missed some, and then I was like, I'm glad we don't have him anymore. Um, so what are your thoughts on our kicker? I feel like he need a little bit of love too.
Yeah, definitely. As you stated, we haven't had the best uh, kickers in a few seasons, and so to bring him in, um, quite skeptical because he's a rookie, right? But he's definitely showed up and showed out in our much needed game wins. Like you said, the Packers game, the Falcons game, the Cowboys, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Cowboys as well. So, man, he's definitely proven that he's clutch and can definitely deliver on his side of things as far as kicking the ball. Um, do you know by heart like his longest field goal?
I think it's either 57 or 59. It's one of those two. And that was one of the game winners. I can tell you that for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So, man, I'm excited. Like I said, all around for this team, and especially with him, stepping up big time. We definitely needed him with the Atlanta game, and um, just clutching it up. I love to see it, man. Um, yeah. What else you got?
Yeah, so man, like with this game, it was so hard. So like my fiance was sleeping. When
At one?
the third quarter started. When when the
At
third
2 o'clock?
quarter started. Huh?
At 2 o'clock?
Yeah.
One?
She took a
Okay.
nap. Yeah, she was taking a nap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was taking a nap. And when Exhale scored that touchdown, it took everything within me not to like go crazy. And it just reminds me once again, like why we drafted these guys, right? Like a Bryce Young, why we drafted him. XL. Like this is one of the games we've been waiting for XL. Like he looked really good. I think 4 receptions, 83 yards, and that big touchdown. I know
Yeah.
that's a confidence booster for him, especially, the roller coaster season, he's been having. But it just seems like, okay, like it's starting to slow down for him a little bit more. Um, man, uh, Jalen Coker, it seems like he's starting to find his rhythm again. 4 for 52. Um, Big third and fourth down catches. Like he is our main guy when it comes to like situational moments like that. Then obviously, T Mac 8 for 132 tuds, man. Like just it is so nice to see like what we have. We have big receivers who are also fast, who are also physical, and who can catch, and they can run routes pretty decently. But over time, of course, they'll start to figure it out. Um, I'm really proud of how this offense would just connected. Despite the injuries on the O line, and things of that nature, despite not having a great running game yesterday. I think we only ran 20. We ran, I think, 25 times for a total of like 59 or 60 yards. Around, no, I think about 79. I think about 79 yards. So, not the greatest game. But so for once again, for Bryce to put the team on his back and really trust himself and his receivers I almost forgot, with a bum ankle. With a bum ankle. to do what he did was just phenomenal. Like, I don't know what it is about the Falcons, especially when he goes to Atlanta. Um, I mean, he just, BTA. Um, his majority of his wins has came from the Falcons. His overall record is 4-2 against the Falcons over the past 3 years. To do a sweep this year. I mean, it I don't even, like I said, I really don't know where to start because it was just a great game offensively. And like I think we I think this game just kind of showed why we traded Adam Thielen. Um, because that was Bryce's go-to guy over the past um 2 years. Um, and it's not to say like, oh yeah, Adam Thielen, get out of here. No, because he had a lot of production, or he was showing a lot of production. But we got a lot of younger guys who are faster, and has a little bit more of a breakaway speed and things like that. So yeah, this game most definitely showed why we traded Adam Thielen. I was a little hesitant about that because just because we know Bryce trusts Adam Thielen, but now it's nice to see Bryce just throwing doms. Um, I want to talk about T Mac for a second. So T Mac is currently leading all rookies um, in receiving yards. I think he has 4 touchdowns, 4 or 5. I really don't know, but this is his second game. This is second game with 2 touchdowns. With
Yeah.
2 touchdowns. Um, what are your thoughts on T Mac?
I have always been high on T Mac. I was excited when we got him, and kind of going back where you were saying, I was for one of those people that thought like we needed Thielen, like we needed that veteran presence within that young core of receivers. So like when we traded him, I'm just like, okay, just putting the rocket strap on the young guys and see what they can do, right? With Leggett and T Mac leading the charge. Strongly feel like T Mac can be that star receiver, not just star, but superstar receiver since Steve Smith. He has the versatility, he has the agility, and he can definitely separate and get yards out after the catch. And like you said, he already has I think it's 4 touchdowns so far in the season. Like you said, leading the league with the rookies. And I feel like the game against the Falcons was definitely his coming out game. It's all about consistency, right? He's always had bright moments, even when we lose. He always does something to just brighten up the offense some way, somehow. The way he catches the ball, the way he runs his routes and all that. And so I've always been high on T Mac. I feel like he can definitely be that superstar in the coming future for the Carolinas. And if we continue to have games like this, with Bryce being consistent, and I'm not saying he's going to have 448 yards every game, but just, like you said, BTA each game, he can definitely open some eyes and bring some people to Carolina, man, and play alongside him.
Yeah. So with that game, all right. Obviously now we know that T Mac is going to guarantee going to have over 1,000 yards. That hasn't been done since Kelvin Benjamin. And I think T-Mac is what Kelvin Benjamin was supposed to be. Now KB was, a whole lot bigger weight wise, and a lot stronger. But but with KB, you could see like where his trajectory was going. Like if it wasn't for that, I can't even say if it wasn't for the ACL tear because he bounced back the next year with 948 yards.
Yeah.
So like there was production there. But I think, like you said, I think T Mac will be a superstar. We drafted him, first round, that high of a pick for a reason. And it's nice to really see like what he is capable of and like seeing the fruit of his labors like really pay off. And Bryce even trusted him a whole lot more. Like obviously, like I think previous games, like yes, like I don't want to say force feed, but like he was really dependent on T Mac a lot to like get open or like catch the ball. But I just think today it was really glaring. Like, hey, like this run game is not working. Help me, like please. So having T Mac lined up in the slot, outside, like just everywhere, having him lined up everywhere, that really did help out Bryce get the ball out, not sitting in the pocket for forever, things of that nature. Man, I'm just really surprised. Not surprised, but it's just like this is the game we've been waiting on because and like I said, I think last week or some time ago, we talked about there needs to be a game that Bryce like feeds his receivers because we have yet to have it. So like seeing that now, it's just like, man, like finally, like there's something there. The defense. I know you talked about it briefly just now, especially like with the the pace that Bijan was going on in the first half, but second half to just shut them down to 6 points. And Michael Penix leaving the game, just sending pressure and things of that nature. What were your thoughts on the defense?
Yeah, it didn't really show up as much as I personally wanted them to in the first half. Like you said, like we both said, Bijan Robinson was doing what he does best and finding openings and just going all the way with it. Even Drake London doing what Drake London does. Like I said, I think he had like 119. Crazy. But he did get any touchdowns, which is even crazier. But
you said, Drake.
Drake, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we definitely tightened it up in the second half and didn't allow Michael Penix to get really anything going to the point where Kirk Cousins had to come in. And so, yeah, man, like I'm excited. Somebody's blowing you up, bro.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, it's probably King.
Nah, it's my class group chat.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
put mine on do not disturb. My fault.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm super proud of our defense and just stepping up when needed to. Like if it wasn't for because we had a late touchdown right towards the halftime, right? And so
oh no, it was the field goal. We kicked a field goal before that.
Okay. I knew we scored somewhere. And so yeah, like I'm excited for this defense and what they can do down the stretch and under pressure, right? Because that's what it's all about, and even when we had that late game field goal, they still had a chance to come back a good minute or some change. So they could have, slacked off. Oh, we got to lead. You know what I mean? And so yeah, kudos to them. Not letting up, and even though it was a slow start in the first half, we definitely kicked things into gear in the second. Um, and so, man, yeah, like I'm excited for this group of guys, and just seeing everybody step up when needed to, and definitely going to need that same energy against San Fran.
Oh
But
yeah, most definitely. With the group that they got and Brock Purdy being back, yes, we most definitely do. I
yeah,
thought the defense, especially like not having Trevin Wallace, and things of that nature, it kind of hurt. I think Shaw Smith Wade was hurt a little bit,
yeah,
um,
yeah,
but it was nice seeing our defense like reeling it back in after halftime. We had a lot of penalties on defense, and like it was a lot of holding penalties on the defense. I don't think I've seen that many before because I think J.C. Horn had one or two. Then our D lineman had holding penalties, and I was just like, man, I don't think I've heard holding that much on the defense. Um, so I feel like we kind of gave them some of those points because of those penalties, especially the one on JC. It was like a 3rd and 8. So it was an incomplete pass, but he so-called held. They threw the flag and it got them a first down. So just things of that nature just kind of hurts us. I believe that the Panthers now, our defense are really a bend but don't break defense. Just really besides the whole like yes, B John going off like early in that first half, like that second half just really showed like you can get all the yards you want, but like and once we talked about it again, like the Packers, you can get whatever you want in between the 20s, but in that red zone, you're not getting anything. And like sure enough, like that's what happened in the second half. So like it's just really nice to see our defense just really doing what they can to like just make sure they're not giving up touchdowns. Um, I thought Mike Jack did a little bit better in the second half, especially on that last in overtime against Drake London, causing them to punt. I think it was a punt. Playing man coverage. I was scared. I was scared because he's not the best. He's a zone corner. So when it comes to man, I'm always nervous. But for him to force an incompletion to Drake London, I'll take that any day. I like our rookie corner, Corey Thornton. Very physical, extremely physical cornerback. Um, who is going to attack the ball for sure. I like him. Morig, the safety, he was just flying all over the place today, just being really effective and making good open tackles. So I really did like, how the defense played in the second half. Just overall, great game by both sides of the ball, especially in the second half. Now that we are half a game behind the Buccaneers, we have the 49ers. Monday, prime time against McCaffrey. This is his first time playing the Panthers since being traded, which is 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. That's crazy. Um, what are your thoughts on that, man?
the McCaffrey trade or just him coming back and
No, I feel like we already talked about McCaffrey trade. I do not want to revisit that. No, but
uh,
just him facing us again, or him facing us for the first time.
yeah, we're talking about someone who's arguably the best running back in the league, and him definitely going to have a chip on his shoulder. Like this is the team that drafted me. This is the team that also traded me for what exactly? But I feel like he transformed his game a bit um, once he went to San Fran in a winning atmosphere, right? And so, um, are they home? Oh my god. So I feel like they and Brock Purdy just came back too. So God,
Yep, and
um,
George Kittle too.
God. Um, see, I didn't know about Kittle. Um, he's gonna like go crazy. I'm gonna be honest. Probably crazier than Brejon did. Um, I don't think you can ever like stop a guy like that. But he's definitely like maintainable. You're a racer, Phil. And uh, maintain his yards a bit. You know what I'm saying? Not being able to get those 3rd and 4s or 3rd and 8s situations where he can definitely do. Finding the holes, um, but he's definitely gonna run. I can definitely see it. I can call at least a 130 rushing game.
Off rushing alone?
Yeah.
Hey man. So is that your parlay? Is that your leg? Is that one of your legs?
No, 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 no. You know what's crazy? I was this close for betting on the Chargers, but someone told me to not do it, and I thank God I didn't do it because they got.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I'm not even gonna lie. I was not expecting that.
I would have been like you, and B didn't do what he had to do.
You know what else pissed me off? That Rico Dowdle touchdown when they called it back. Because that was the one I missed. That was the only one I missed. For 300 bucks.
Sheesh.
I only put $5 down.
Yeah.
I was hot. But the win felt a little bit better than that 300.
Yeah.
A little bit. But
do you use your this is a random fantasy question. Do you use your boost?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm like learning as I go. So
yeah. It took me a minute too. McCaffrey, man, like you said, this is the guy we drafted and loved dearly. So it really sucked and hurt when we traded him. And like you said, he will most definitely have a chip on his shoulder, so he's not going to take us lightly. I think he will have a solid game. I think it'll be pretty even. I think he'll have a cool, maybe 80 rushing yards and like maybe 60 receiving yards because of the way like they use them now. Because Kendrick, like he is, I think, ninth in the league in rushing, but he is, I think, like 12th in receiving. So like he actually has more receiving yards. I think he has more receiving yards than rushing yards too. So for him to have about 1,400 scrimmage yards, I mean that says a lot. I think he will have a big game, and he'll probably score about like 2 touchdowns. I'm a little nervous. You said what?
Are those touchdowns rushing or passing?
I think one of each. I think he gets one of each. We really gotta be able to tackle in open field. If we don't tackle him in open field, good night. So with Brock Purdy being back, with George Kittle being back, it's going to be really hard to like contain that the offense itself because it's so like it's too much to handle. Like just McCaffrey alone is like, oh. But then you got Kittle, and it's just like, my goodness, man, like, and I've already shared, like, I feel like we cannot really cover tight ends the greatest. So, just be on the lookout for George Kittle having a big game. I think he'll have 100 receiving yards against us. I think Brock Purdy will have a solid game, but I think for some reason, like, I'm trusting the defense a little bit more because I don't necessarily think that the wideouts are as dependable right now. Like, you have Jawan Jennings. He is pretty good. You have a Ricky, I think it's Parcell. I hate messing up names, but you
Okay.
have him. You have him, and like, he's solid. You have a Kendrick Bourne who is solid. Like, there is no one in the receiving core of the wideouts that are like really intimidating. They can be sneaky and deceiving, but they're not intimidating to where like JC really has to like be on his P's and Q's. So go ahead.
No, you're good. I was
Oh my
saying
fault.
something.
So yeah, I think our defense. Oh man, if we can just try to find a way to shut down McCaffrey, that would be fine. But I'm not feeling that confident in that department. I'm really just worried about once again George Kittle and McCaffrey. Those are the two that I'm really, just worried about. I think we'll be able to get some pressure on Brock though. But yeah, that's it for me defensively. What do you think about the Panthers offense going up against this defense?
I feel
Now,
like we
mind
got
you, they lost a lot of their stars defensively.
yeah. I feel like we definitely have a shot, definitely have an opportunity to, take advantage of that. And um again, just consistency and being able to um I feel like a mixture of running and passing. If we can find those loopholes and between Rico and Chuba, um, I think we can outrun them and be able to get those conversions and keeping their defense on the field and tire them out and take advantage of that, right? And getting those, red zone opportunities and let T Mac do what he do, letting Coco do what he do, even Excel being able to XL. See what I'm saying? And so I think we'll do pretty good against their defense. It's all about just maintaining the balance and just keeping the defense on the field. You good?
Mhm.
Okay, you just looking somewhere. Okay.
Oh,
You just tired?
nah. I'm thinking.
Oh, about my joke?
No, dear God,
But yeah, I think we're gonna be pretty good. We're gonna be solid. We're gonna be okay. Um, as long as Bryce's ankle holds up, I think we'll be okay. I don't expect another crazy game from him,
no.
but
Right.
he's gonna manage well. I think
Um.
under
Yeah.
the lights.
Thank you guys for tuning. No, I'm playing. No, I think the offense will hold their weight. Once again, I think going up against the Falcons, that was a confidence booster. So going up against a team like San Fran, they're a little bit more experienced, a little bit more grittier, in my opinion. Um, generate a little bit more pressure. I actually think this game will be a shootout. I think this game will be a shootout. I think if I, I think what I'm worried about is can the other receivers, so like XL, I think that's what I'm really concerned about. Can XL do what he needs to do? Because I feel like he will be tested this week. Um, so I that's who I want to step up for this week. Like you had a great game against the 49. I mean the Falcons. Can you do it again against the 49ers? I think that is the question for me. Can he do what he needs to do? And I think that if he can, we win this game. I think the running game will kind of be there a little bit. Not really expecting Rico to have a big game. If anything, I would assume maybe like a good 18 carries for about 90 yards, maybe 100 yards. Uh, and I think Chuba possibly about like 10 carries for about 30 or 40 yards. I think those yards will be like third and shorts, something like that. Nothing too crazy for Chuba, but since he's a no nonsense runner and a pretty much like a downhill runner, um,
Yeah.
yeah, I just think our offense, like you said, I think our offense will be just fine. I'm just more my question mark is with XL. That's really it. Um,
Yeah.
for my score prediction, I got. Oh man, I don't even remember if I picked the Falcons last week. I don't know. I gotta rewatch the video. But I think mm, man, because they playing at home too. Like that is what really makes a difference as well. They're playing at home.
Yeah.
And it's a Monday night game. I think I'm going to go 20, 28-24 us.
It's around that same. Um, I'll say 24-21.
Okay.
Possibly another late game field goal, but I think it'll be relatively close. Um, I don't think it's going to be like one of those route things. Because we have the team to compete, obviously. And so I feel like beating them on their field is just going to be like, man.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I'm very looking forward to that game.
Yeah. We just can't have a game like we had against the Jaguars and the Bills. We can't have that. We can't have that at all. Speaking of, game winners, this is Bryce's 10th game winning
Drive?
yes.
Yeah.
So he leads the league since being drafted. What are your thoughts on that? Do you have any thoughts?
I think I said earlier today, either on the Panthers page or on ESPN or something like that.
Mhm.
Man, that just goes to show that his resiliency, his commitment to football and being a leader for the team. Um, his stats is not going to wow you. His play is not going to like just like, oh my God, Bryce is the greatest. But he does what he can. He does what needs to be done, or should be done. And obviously, depending on the team, depending on the situation, it's a hit and miss. But he has that will, has that this commitment to be a leader for this team. And it's very commendable, and it obviously shows, with that stat. And also, his career day, 448 yards isn't just something anybody can just do. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like Atlanta's defense was horrible. And so he definitely, you know, he's that guy when he wants to be.
Yeah.
And man, I'm excited for him, and I'm excited what he can do. Later in the season. And ain't this his contract year?
Next year would be.
Or okay.
This is his third year. What we could do, so we're either going to pick up his option or decline it and then just sign him to along like a 4 or 5 year contract.
What do you think they should do? Depending on what he does for the rest of the season.
Yes, I have been having that thought all season long because it's just like, I think, okay, if I'm being honest, I think these next 2 games will kind of determine what we do. Because if he has a really good performance or even a decent performance, let's just say he throws for like 190 or like 200 yards and a touchdown or 2. I think that just helps the case, like we keep him. But having games where you throw for barely under 100 yards or like things like that, we can't have that because that doesn't help us in any way, shape, or form. What I would do, man, it's hard because this season is a big season for Bryce. Man, I will probably sign him to a long-term contract, just because like I feel like we can only get better from here on, like now, like we can't be any worse than his rookie season. I don't think that will ever happen again while he's a Panther. And you just see the progression each and every year in some way, shape, or form. I know last year when we faced the Falcons, his last game, like, it's just like, okay, like, we're invested. But then, like, the first 2 games of the season, it's like, what?
Yeah.
So, if I'm being honest, I'll probably sign him to like a 4-year contract. I'm pretty sure he'll get like 4 years for like 140, 150, maybe.
Jeez. Yeah.
Tua got more, so I think Tua got more. So, and I think
Tua got like 2.
Exactly, and Tua's not all that. So.
Yeah, he might get traded. So, yeah, I definitely agree. These next couple games are very, very crucial. Obviously, with 49er game, prime time, right? And so how he plays there is definitely going to determine, his future with us.
Yeah.
Not just that game, but obviously, if we're going to have playoff hopes, like he needs to replicate his level of play within. You good? Replicate his play from the Falcon game and what was the other game this season? Wasn't the Cowboys? We had 300 plus.
I think so.
Yeah. So, yeah. Just consistency, which I know that he can do.
Right.
And yeah, I'll definitely say keeping him around for another 3-4 years. However much money, whatever it is, what it is.
Yeah.
So definitely, man, he's our QB1.
Yeah. Um.
Yeah.
All right. So
I
let me
can't
go ahead
really
and take
see,
this.
huh?
Huh?
No, I was gonna say like I can't really see anybody in that position, other than other than Bryce
Right.
right now. So
Like same. It's just like a weird area. It's like, but especially with the game like last week. I mean, it just kind of helps his case on why we should keep him.
yeah.
Um, Speaking of keeping people, um, Shador Sanders made his NFL
Well, that's
debut.
crazy because I was going to mention Shador, and I was like, oh my god, I've been waiting for so long, and then that happens.
Okay, so what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
I mean, first of all, he was up against the Ravens, one of the peak AFC teams. Definitely and they're in their same division, right?
Yep.
So that was a big divisional game. He was in a high profile matchup. So he was kind of like thrust into a situation, see what he can do, and he just didn't do too well. And I don't want that to be, his story. I definitely want him to have an opportunity to actually start a game and see what he can do from there. But yeah, man, everything is a lesson. This isn't like the end of his career. Um, everybody has those games, have those moments where you wet the bed a little bit. Now you gotta clean it up. So just him going back into the lab, see what he can do. Hopefully he gets the nod to start next game, so he can have and show his full potential in a full NFL game. But in that moment, man, he wasn't the Shador that we all know and love.
Yeah. I felt like so. It was so funny because I was in the kitchen. Me and my fiance, we were cleaning up, and I just so happened to turn on the Browns and the Ravens game. Swear, literally, I see Shador doing this, and I'm like, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. When did Shador get in? So, I'm hearing the commentators like, well, here's the interest of Shador. I'm like, whoa, what happened to Dylan Gabriel? Like, did he get hurt or is he not playing well? So, DG went into concussion protocol. I hope, he is well. I hope everything is okay. Um, but just watching the game since Shador was in, um, the numbers do not look good at all. 4 for 16, 47 yards and a pick. Seeing the stats, but actually watching the game, two different things. Um, Shador made some good throws, and there were some drops. A touchdown drop, but there was a big touchdown drop, kind of. Um, the cornerback just made a great play on getting his hand out at the last second. Um, Getting his hand out at the last second, so the receiver couldn't complete the pass.
Mhm.
Um, the slide protections were off. So it just really felt like Shador was just really thrown to the wolves. And after the game, Kevin Stefanski was sharing that this was Shador's first time taking reps with first team. And I'm like, wait, what? So then did a little bit more digging. One of the linemen did a post game interview and was saying, yeah, around halftime or whatever, we was going through Shador's cadence to see what he likes or what he does, so that way when they snap the ball, like it's good. So when he goes through his cadence, they can snap the ball and stuff or the plays live. And if I'm being honest, I think that's disappointing because it's just like, how are you preparing your players to like, how are you helping your team by doing things like that? If you're not having at least your backup quarterback, whoever QB2 is, if he's not taking reps, at least about like three plays, 2 or 3 plays without first team reps, then how will he know how to prepare himself, right?
Yeah.
How can you real quick, I'll give you a quick story. And this is like, I guess this is a perfect example of it. So this so earlier this year we faced a team. We faced the team and it was a close game. Real close game. Our starting corner got hurt. Uh we lost our starting safety. So like already like we're down two of our biggest and like one of our best defensive backs. Both of them really good. We don't have them. And we put in guys who were inexperienced or didn't get a lot of reps in practice, especially against first team. And it showed because we lost that game by 1 point. And ever since then, we've always made sure that everyone or almost everyone who has some type of rotation in any way, shape, or form, and even like if you played on the bench, right? Like you got some first team reps. Like you got some reps, so you knew what to look for in any, like you just knew what to kind of do, like just anything, so that way a moment like that wouldn't happen again. And ever since we've been on a hot streak. So we actually got another game Friday. We've won, I think, 7 in a row now. But yeah, like that. So like that's my point. When a guy like Shador isn't taking any first team reps, like not even one play, like ever since being drafted, like he has not gotten any first team reps. Then who is? Because I know Dylan Gabriel isn't taking all the first team reps. Is it Bailey Zapp? Because if it's him, why not just put him in? Like I don't know. The Kevin Stefanski approach to this was not good at all. It's highly disappointing, and it just seems like, or what it feels like, is an embarrassment. Like the way Shador is just kind of being treated is mind-boggling to me. It's clear y'all don't want him, so why do y'all have him? He could be somewhere else. And for Shador to still like show love and respect to Dylan Gabriel and defend him regardless of what's being said, just shows value in who Shador is and his character. So that I will applaud Shador for doing that, protecting his teammates, and also keeping his composure, or like just doing the best that he could do in those moments, because like you only learn from the mistakes you've made. Like 4 for 16, I'm pretty sure we won't see something like that again. Hopefully not. But I will say, like Shador, he showed some flashes. He showed like, okay, like, all right, he making the throws that he's making is not bad. I just know he has a tendency to sit in the pocket a little too long, which allows him to get sacked. But other than that, like I said, don't let the stat sheet fool you. He didn't do too bad. There was a lot of things going on. Um, Slot protections were off. Some drop passes. I mean, some forced error. I mean, like it's a lot of things. So, I do hope Shador is able to have an opportunity to play some more football again this season, just to showcase what he got. So, yeah.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I think definitely had a bad shake there, but I mean, it's just an opportunity to grow as a player, as a competitor, and future starting quarterback in this league. And everything happens for a reason. So I think he'll be all right. Um, just in a weird system.
Yeah. No, for sure.
And so just covered by a media that just wants him to see him fail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so any little mishap or any other sack or interception, like they're gonna eat it up. So um, so okay. Um they're gonna talk about it.
uh,
Um
uh,
and so um yeah. Yeah.
oh, oh, bad. Um, we can touch on this briefly. So Jamar Chase is suspended for 1 game for spitting on Jalen Ramsey, or at least attempting to. We've seen this earlier before with Jalen Carter and Dak Prescott. Do you
Yeah.
think the suspension is necessary or he deserves it?
Um uh I think anything that involves spit or any kind of like thing like that deserves some type of suspension or some type of disciplinary action. Even though it's a game, there's obviously emotions and egos, just like that plays a part into the game, right? But this is also a professional league where a lot of people watch. Not just like regular people like ourselves, but like big, owners and GMs, and so that's uh, there's always some level of respect that needs to be shown, regardless of the scoreboard or what happens on the field. Um, and so I think it was just a moment of emotion and um, just not wanting the other to make the other look small or some type of competitive nature. And so, I mean, got the best of them, and going to cost the team for sure. I don't know their game or who they got next, but um, you know, with him
Doesn't
being,
help.
it does not help with your number one receiver being out. But yeah, I mean, it happens. Do what you got to do. Um, get back on next week.
Yeah,
Easy.
most definitely agree. I think spitting on someone is probably one of the biggest, like, ultimate disrespect moves to do to a human person. Um, I think a 1 game suspension is fair. Um, because why? Like, yes, I do understand. Like, emotions do run hot, like you said. Um, feelings are valid, but behavior isn't, and that type of behavior is just really unacceptable. To even think to spit on someone just lets you know what you think of that person.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's necessarily the best thing to do to spit on someone. Like, he's a human at the end of the day. Jalen Ramsey, I'm saying, like, so have some decency at least. And I think it's just disappointing because you don't that Jamar Chase, I think he's one of the last guys you would think would do something like that. He's always tried his best to keep his composure, say the right thing. So, with a moment like this, especially being division rivals and stuff like that. And mind you, they played against each other in the Super Bowl. Um,
Mm.
there's some tension there, but like like our defensive coordinator say, um, cool heads but fire hearts. That's what you gotta have, man. You gotta be able to, control your temperament, man, because if you don't, then things like this happen. And that's unfortunate. That is really unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm going back and forth with listening to you, but also catching up on Raw right now.
No, you're good. You're good. It's Cena's last match on Raw, so I most definitely understand. So all right, so we'll make this the last topic then. Who do you think Cena's last opponent will be?
um, I am going back and forth with myself on if it should be a young up and comer to be that guy to, you know, take the mantle of being next, but also I'm also stuck in between like seeing one last rival of his to have one last go. Um, so I'm stuck on guys like Gunther being the one, um, and then like I'm just praying they can work something out to have Edge come back, because I feel like this tour can't end without that image.
Yeah.
Um, I love seeing Randy and seeing him one more time. Him and Punk, him and AJ, um, cool. But like, I feel like the personification of what made Cena was Edge, and they definitely needed each other at the right moments of their careers and the characters that they played. It can't end without them. Like, of course, they paid homage to each other, using each other's moves, but like we need that image in the ring, though. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think this tournament is pretty cool. Bringing guys like Zack Ryder back, right? That was
Was
a
not
moment.
expecting that. Was not expecting that.
Not at all. Um, and even have an opportunity for Javon Evans to have a moment, right? Even though he's going to lose to Gunther, but having him in that spot, uh, just amazing to see. And I'm gonna be honest though, I feel like I love Jay, but I feel like Miz should have won that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
only that's my only gripe so far with the tournament. Because Miz has much more history
With
with
Cena.
John, and yeah, but I mean, so far it's cool. I know Solo is supposed to face someone tonight.
I'm intrigued to see who this will be.
Yeah. So another blast and pass. How do you
Um,
feel about it? Who should be the one?
so I was literally thinking the same thing you were thinking. I think, if I'm being honest, I think it probably will be Gunther. Um, but I also think that Edge will come out and help Cena. That's my thoughts. So that way, like, it's not necessarily a feud. It's more so of a togetherness with Cena and Edge being together. Because I remember when Edge was forced to retire early because of the neck issues, and Cena came out and paid his dues to him. So I think it's Gunther. I really do think it's Gunther, but I do think like some people who he had history with will come out and like help. Because I've even thought about like Kurt Angle. Why I don't know, but like Kurt Angle, JBL, like just
Mm,
people who played like big significant moment. Big Show. Wow, I forgot about Big Show. Um, people who just played significant roles into making Cena like Cena. Because Big Show, that was Cena's first championship, U.S. championship. Um, Edge, obviously, big feud. Um, and JBL, that was his first world title. So
yeah.
like just things like that. I feel like that they would do. You know how just like what Roman and Cody did at WrestleMania, something like that. They'll probably do something like that, in my opinion. But I think it's going to be Gunther.
Do you? I know I mentioned this before on a show with you and King, and y'all just shot it down so quick. But is there ever a chance where I mentioned Edge, but we see Cena and Rock
I wouldn't
3?
be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Um, that would be a full circle moment.
It would, yeah.
That would most definitely be full circle. Possibly. Uh, I feel like you may need that as well. I think you need that. Um,
I feel like we need to, because like outside of the image of them turning on Cody, they never really had an on-screen interaction. So I feel like that's needed, whether it's a match or a promo or some type of
yeah.
interaction backstage. Or,
Explain what happened.
yeah, like what was the reason? What? No, we know the story with who going to sell their soul to the Rock, but like, what is it exactly that the Rock sold Cena on? You know what I'm saying? It's one of those little things about WWE is just like, you know what I mean? Like, what's
Yeah.
the like? I'm big on storytelling,
Yeah.
and so yeah, I feel like that's needed. That story isn't finished, so those are like my three choices right now:
Yeah.
Gunther, Edge, or Rock. I don't really see anybody outside of those three at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. This will man, I can't believe, it's his last night on Raw. And then the next one will be War Games.
War games, yeah.
And then Saturday night Saturday night main event. That's it, man. So just
Oh man,
2 more dates after tonight, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
crazy man. Um, do, do you see him losing at IC tonight or at War Games? Because I don't see him having it at his last.
Me either.
Yeah,
Me either. Um, I'm trying to think. Who would he face? I think he probably loses it at Survivor Series. I think he loses it at War Games. So yeah.
makes sense. Makes sense,
And
man.
the question is to who the
To who?
who do you think should get it?
trying to think who's on Raw.
My first thought was Finn Balor. That was my first initial thought. Because then it creates a little bit more tension and Judgment Day.
Should. Yeah. Oh yeah. Finn, Rusev maybe.
Oh, I forgot about that. Whoa. That's a good pull. I forgot about that.
Rusev. Or even Penta.
You know, you're actually cooking, man. That would be nice to see.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the only the only two I had.
I think Rusev might be the best option because Penta and Cena, like I think that would be a good match, but I don't think people would really want to pay to see Cena lose to Penta. And I think it's more so of a respect thing. It's just like, like you got two faces going against each other. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Or I think Rusev is a little bit more understandable.
Yeah. How you feeling about this War Games match? Kind of stat. And it's rumored that Brock is going to team with Paul and him, and Roman's going to be with Cody and Punk.
Okay, wait. Who all joined Division?
So
somebody just joined.
It's Bronson, of course, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, and Drew.
Yeah, because somebody just joined Friday. It was Drew.
Then it's Cody, Punk, Jay, someone else.
Cody, Punk, Jay. Dang, do you think Jimmy should be in it or not?
No.
You think they'll do LA Knight?
Maybe.
I mean, I'm just trying to think, like, because it's usually you need 5, right?
Yeah, 5.
Cody,
Sammy?
Punk. Who?
Sammy?
Oh, he's been gone for a little minute too.
Yeah.
He's been gone for a little minute. That wouldn't be bad. Sammy and then Roman. It'd be crazy if it was Seth. That would be crazy. that would be nice.
So.
That would be crazy if it was Seth as the 5th member with Cody, Punk, and Jay. But then he hates CM Punk too, so it's just, dang, I don't know. Man, I think this will be a pretty good PLE. Will it be as good as last year's? Maybe. I'm trying to think of all the matches. Do you know all the matches on the card?
Not off the top of my head.
Man, I think I would just have to see when everything is finalized to really make that make that judgment.
Yeah.
Especially the tag teams.
Oh, here we go. Oh no, Jimmy is in there. So it's Punk, Cody, Usos, and more than likely Roman, and versus Division, Braun, Bronson, Logan, Drew, and probably Brock. I mean, that's pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty solid. And then the women's War Games You have Rhea, Io, Alexa, and two more to be
Oh yeah,
determined.
because Charlotte didn't want to.
Yeah. And then you have Nia Jax, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Lash Legend, and a soon to be partner. Um,
Do you think Bianca comes back?
bro, I miss Bianca, man.
Yeah,
I miss Bianca, bro. I
yeah,
miss Bianca. Oh my God. I miss Bianca, bro. God.
yeah. Man, she is. It's one
Bianca
of those.
Belair.
Yeah,
Bianca
absolutely,
Belair. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Um, yeah, I think she's most definitely one of those wrestlers. Like, not to say like you don't know what you have until it's gone, but it is like, oh man, we are missing a lot. Like, hey, we need you. Like that's how it feels for the women's division. Um, man, it just feels weird not seeing her. I don't know when the last time we was it SummerSlam.
Um,
We seen her.
I don't even remember the
Or was
last
that
time.
Money in a Bank?
I don't even remember.
It might be SummerSlam.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah. No, it might have been longer than that. Because I think she's been out since July. I think. Man, yeah. When was her last match? Man, I really don't know.
Oh, so they doing the rematch with Cena and Dom at War Games. So we're gonna see.
Whoa. Okay. Well, never mind. Dang, does Dom win it back? Hmm. Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, and heel way, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in with Under the Lights with the McKnights. We are your hosts, Kendrick and Lonnie. Thank you guys for supporting. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. We would just like to engage with you guys more. Once again, we'll really just try to find a time to actually go live so you guys can just kind of hop in and like, just chat with us and we'll look at the comments, whatever the case may be, and just talk about what you guys want to talk about. Um,
Are you gonna go live on TikTok?
Probably TikTok, probably Instagram, and
Graham. YouTube.
um, yes, YouTube. Thank you. How did I forget that one? But yeah, we'll probably do all three of those platforms just to see how that would be really interesting. Um,
Yeah.
Kendrick, you have anything, man?
No, man, I'm excited, for what we're doing here, and obviously given the opportunity whenever we do go live, seeing how that um, those exchanges with fans, and seeing how that goes. I'm gonna have to send you the link of my latest article about the Panthers win
Mhm.
against the Falcons, so you can put it in the I guess the description box so people can see.
Okay.
Uh, and so yeah, um, just my article that's a part of my internship that I'm doing, and just putting my work out there. So yeah, I'm excited for Under the Lights.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to Fan Feed, man. Shout out to Fan Feed.
yep,
Oh,
I'll
gee.
actually be on the podcast again this Sunday.
Yeah, so please make sure you guys check out Kendrick on Fanfeed. Make sure you also check out Beneath the Surface as well. I know he just dropped a video. Was that yesterday?
Nah, that was this morning.
Dang, that was this morning? I don't know why I thought you dropped it yesterday. Well, he dropped it this morning, so please go check that out.
No, it was just a clip. The actual video is scheduled for Wednesday.
Oh, okay, got you. My bad.
I'm trying to be like a step ahead, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's my fault. That's my fault. Yeah, just please make sure you guys support his channel. Really great quality content. And even if you guys have long shifts, he has more than enough videos that could fill up that time. So please go check it out. He has a lot of content. Do you know how many videos you have in total?
On the channel or this podcast?
The channel.
Last time I checked, like 230. Let's see, actually.
Yeah. So once again, check it out. If you guys are at work, that will take up a good amount of your time to get through your work day. He has a lot of great guests, just talks about life, talks about progression of life, things that he's been through, things that his guests share. I think it's just really important to talk about the share our stories with others so that way people can really see that no one goes through this thing alone, and it's okay to not be okay. And I think Beneath the Surface and previously The Life of Kendrick really unraveled all of that. So please just give it a listen. I promise you'll like it a lot.
Yeah, so I have 258 videos.
God, dog, that's a lot.
That includes shorts.
But that's still a lot. This is our sixth episode. This is already our sixth episode. So I can only imagine the ones that we were doing predictions and reviews. So that's a guaranteed 24. That's in guaranteed 24. Man, that's a lot. That is a lot. Please check it out. I'm begging you guys. If y'all do anything else, check that out. Really, really good quality content. But once again, thank you guys for just tuning in. Thank you guys for watching and supporting. Keep pounding. Keep pounding, baby. Keep pounding, dog. You know what I'm saying? We will see you guys next week after the Panthers win.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Even if we do lose, we'll be here, man. We're not those things,
Yeah. So, at least we're not that biased. We're not that biased. We try to be as realistic as possible.
Realistically.
But I will say a little Delulu kicks in for me once we win. Just a little bit.
We're the best team in the NFC.
Yeah. All right, guys. Guys, have a great evening.